Good afternoon, hello and welcome to your daily news update of news making headlines globally. My name is David Kagina and the sign language interpreter is Teresia Washira. Now, victims of the 2010 to 2011 post-election crisis in Ivory Coast have reacted to the final acquittal of former Ivorian President Laurent Gbagbo by the International Criminal Court. Former Ivory Coast President Laurent Gbagbo appears to be on a fast track for homecoming after being definitively acquitted by the International Criminal Court ICC of war crime charges. Mozambican soldiers have been deployed in the northern town of Palma, where jihadist insurgents launched an attack last week, killing at least dozens of people and prompting the evacuation of thousands of residents. More than 8,000 were displaced, dozens killed and more are still missing. Following a coordinated attack on the town of Palma on March 24th, the jihadists reportedly beheaded residents and ransacked buildings in a rampage that forced thousands to seek safety in surrounding forests, while hundreds of people remain missing. Now, still in Mozambique, a ferry carrying 1,200 people fleeing for Palma safely arrived in Pemba, outside the northern Mozambican town of Palma, a week after it was besieged by jihadists, as thousands more remain stranded. Armed militants raided the coastal town on March 24th, ransacking buildings and beheading residents, as thousands fled into surrounding forest, as Daniel Kariuki reports. 4 people, including a child, have been shot and killed at an office building in Southern California. It is the third such shooting in the United States in weeks, with 18 people killed in 2 separate gun violence incidences in March. The shooter, whose motivations are so far unknown, sustained a gunshot wound and was taken to hospital in a critical condition and has since been identified as a 44-year-old Aminadab Gasiola Gonzalez. Lilian Minor tells us more. The police department of Orange County, California, where 4 people were killed in a shooting, are responding to the incidents. Take a look. That story right there brings us to a short commercial break. Remember, we have more stories lined up for you, so don't switch, keep it switch. Welcome back to those joining us right now. This is Switch Focus with me, David Kagina, and your sign language interpreter is Teresia Washira. Now, a packed train derailed inside a tunnel in eastern Taiwan yesterday, with authorities confirming at least 4 passengers appeared to be dead when the rescuers arrived. According to the Central Emergency Operations Center, rescuers tried to get to the 4 carriages inside the tunnel that were badly damaged and difficult to access. The Dean of College of Cardinals, Cardinal Giovanni Battista, delivered the Mass of Lord's Supper on Holy Thursday at St. Peter's Basilica in the Vatican. The Mass traditionally involves the washing of the feet of 12 priests to symbolize Christ's washing of his apostle, but the Vatican announced that this year the rite would not take place due to anti-coronavirus measures and only a small socially distant congregation would be present. The Courtyard of a parish in Buenos Aires is the place chosen by dozens of Argentinian Catholics to celebrate Easter Mass without fear of catching COVID-19. Amid a sharp rise in cases in Argentina while attending Mass, worshippers are socially distant and wearing face masks. A day after the announcement of new health restrictions, nursing staff of the intensive care unit of Adre Gregory Hospital in Paris, suburb of Monterrey, say they are tired and very worried due to the overwhelmed state of the health sector caused by a deadly surge in COVID-19 infections. That story right there brings us to the end of our bulletin. Being a Good Friday to our Christian brothers and sisters, remember the reason for the season is that Christ died that you may live. So live it not just by creed, but also by deed. From me, David Kagina and Teresia Washira on Sign Language, Happy Easter.